What is Travis Hunter going to be doing in the NFL? That's literally all I want to know. What is Travis Hunter going to be doing? Is he going to be playing 100% of snaps on defense and none on offense? Or is somebody going to maniacally play him 100 snaps on both? I'm just kidding. Is somebody going to play him 100% of the time on both sides of the ball? That's the question. We're going to answer it today. I got a special guest Sunday with Matty Kiwum at Matty Kiwum on X. You can find him over at South Harmon Fantasy Football. I'm Cody Carpentier, as always, with the Draft Rankings Show. Please click that like button. Please click subscribe. I do know 97% of you are not subscribed, so that kind of sucks because I can't feed my dog if you don't subscribe to the channel. Matty Kiwum, how are we doing?
Doing great. And guys, subscribe. I mean, subscribe. Feed the dog. I've seen the dog. Dog's very cute. You got to feed the dog. Feed the dog, people. Subscribe.
You know, I'm not going to call cute. I'm never going to call a man cute. And I'm not going to call Travis Hunter cute. But I will say his playing style is pretty maniacal, being able to play on both sides of the football. Matty Kiwum, he just got the designation of defensive back for the Combine. And everyone's overreacting. The Combine is this week. People are going to be watching this. The Combine's going to be, getting ramped up. We're going to be hearing from Travis Hunter, hearing from all these players and stuff. And he's going to have the D and the B next to his name. What does that mean?
I don't know. We haven't ever seen a player that could theoretically pick either side of the ball. I wonder if he was advised in this direction by the NFL draft community. They have that opportunity to consult with that board of NFL draft. I don't know what they're called necessarily, the official title, but they kind of edged him in that direction. Personally, I don't know if it's the right move. But then again, if the NFL is telling you to do this, because we don't know what the team, Cody, is going to do with Travis Hunter. We'll talk about that in a second. But in terms of his designation going into the Combine, I just think that the drills on the field, like we've seen the Combine in person, you'll be there next week. We've seen what entails. Like he's going to run the 40 anyway. He's going to show his strength. He's going to show his explosiveness. That's kind of universal to both sides. And it's obvious on tape what he can do as a receiver. The NFL assumes that they want to see what he could do in the drills and what he participates in on the other side of the ball at cornerback.
I'm interested to see if he's asked to run any routes. Like they're going to be competing on different days as far as the NFL Combine goes this week, as far as like the dates. So on Friday, DBs have their on-field workouts. On Saturday night is when you see the quarterbacks, running backs, and wide receivers do their on-field workouts. I'm interested to see he does the DB workouts on Friday night. If on Saturday night there's enough scouts that can convince Travis Hunter to go out there and do the receiving work with the other receivers and potentially catch passes from Shador and Cam Ward and Tyler Shook and all these guys, right? I'm interested to see that, number one. Number two, I look at the DB thing in the frame of mind of I expected that. What was he classified as coming out of high school? It was athlete DB. Like that was the two things.
Yeah.
Why did Dion gravitate to him? Because of his nasty ball skills playing DB. Yeah, he can play receiver. But anybody in their right mind that believes that he's just going to go to the NFL or thought that he was just going to go to the NFL as a receiver or go as a dual position, that was never going to happen. He's never going to be labeled as a dual position. Right. I was not shocked whatsoever. The reason that I thought it was a good topic to talk about was because I've heard multiple people, including our friend Alex Dunlap, who immediately texts and says, we got to get Travis Hunter off the rookie rankings. I said, no, we don't, because people are going to draft him number one, first off. And secondly, he's still going to play a receiver. Like, this doesn't tell me anything.
Right. The team could do whatever they want once they draft the player.
What I did a mock, I think a lot of people are understanding of like the New England situation, the Jacksonville situation. I mocked him yesterday I'm doing a series where I'm working on the perfect mock, right? Getting the top 10 right so that in April we can feel good about where we're at and try to build the perfect mock, right? And I put Travis Hunter at 3 to the Giants with a hypothetical that they make a move. Cooper Kupp's cut. He signs with the Giants. The Giants trade a second-round pick for Stafford. With that third overall pick, you take Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter starts as your DB. and then he gets to play third fiddle to Malik Neighbors and Cooper Kupp with Stafford. I was like drooling at the thought of that because that's the perfect situation. You don't need to play offense, but you get to play offense, and you get to be a guy that has Malik Neighbors on the other side, and you know what the weaponry is that Travis Hunter brings to the table. Oh, and we got this 30-year-old slot receiver that just, can catch 100 footballs in a single game. I'm going to be very interested to see the tactic that whatever team takes him uses, but I'm also going to be equally as invested to see which team takes him, because I think that those two Jacksonville and New England spots would be telling.
I don't think he gets past number 5 at Jacksonville. They just need good pub. They need athletes. They need ballers. He checks all the boxes, and they need defensive backs. Now, his usage in the NFL, I think there's 2 key ways to use this kid successfully, and it depends on the roster. It depends on the offense. The offense you just laid out, a New York Giants that has Neighbors, Kupp, and Stafford, he should be deployed as a primary cornerback, your number 1 corner that's used sporadically, that makes sense on offense. But if he goes to an offense like Cleveland, if he goes to an offense like Tennessee, in my opinion, the best way to utilize his talent is to make him a primary receiver and a situational corner. And here's the reason. If you cannot hide him in the offense, he is going to be keyed in on every single time he's on the field, which will hurt his ability to get the plays and make the plays when he's given it. So if you put him on the field every so often on offense, immediately the opposing defenses are going to go, okay, let's take Tennessee as example. Calvin Ridley, and now we have to key on Travis Hunter. So if you have a play designed for him, you're just pissing it down the river. You're not doing anything with it. Whereas you put him on the field sporadically as a corner, that's not. It's just he's just an extra playmaker out there. He's just an extra ball hawk. You put him in, first and goal from the 8, you put him in. You want to put 3rd and 13, you just throw him in there against a team against, let's say they're playing the Buccaneers. You want to give him more snaps on defense because of Mike Evans, something like that. But that's going to be game plan resistant. But I think if you can't hide him on offense, you're better to use him as a receiver, make him that kind of monster that had 15 touchdowns in Colorado, and then use him sporadically on the defensive side, because I think hiding him and not relying on him when he's playing the other end. So if you make him a receiver, the other end would be defensive back and vice versa. You got to be able to hide him and not really need him on the field at those points, or I just think you're just making him run extra snaps to get him tired, and I don't think you're going to actually get anything from his skill set.
All right, here's the final question, Maddie. For those that have stuck around for fantasy football purposes, Travis Hunter, you're drafting one quarterback, no PP or one quarterback PPR, no premiums. You're sitting there waiting to draft. At what spot are you willing to take Travis Hunter, and why is it 9th overall?
So I might be earlier. For me, it depends on what I'm drafting. If I'm drafting pre-NFL draft, it's back half of the first. I'm going to need to see that value and not feel burned by a bad pick. So I'm not using a top, like you said, top 8, 9 pick, maybe even a top 10 pick. But if I see the landing spot and there's these whispers and we see, like, if you have a late rookie draft, like let's say a couple weeks before the NFL draft kicks off, and you have a lot of information, Travis Hunter is going to go off the board for me earlier than I think for a lot of people. So I'm definitely drafting him no matter what. But if I'm doing it pre-NFL draft, back end of the first makes sense to me. 110, 111, I like that. I got to see a few running backs come off the board before I jump into the Travis Hunter business.
There it is. The best value you will get on Travis Hunter is going to be pre-NFL draft for your rookie drafts. Go out there, stay tapped in, stay tuned in, click that like button, click subscribe. Go follow Maddie at Maddie Kiwoom on X. We appreciate you. We love you. And we'll be back tomorrow morning.